I'm with a 2002 Buick Regal. It's the supercharged version. Let me open the hood. And there's a coolant leak over here. So I thought what's going on is I believe the thermostat is clogged, and it caused the radiator to cause a break in the radiator. So I'll be replacing the radiator. First thing I'm going to do is raise the vehicle and drain the engine coolant. Okay, with the engine coolant drained, I have to take off the engine to frame mounting engine mounts. This one, and move this diagonal bar out the way. Then I can get to the upper radiator hose and get the cooling fans out. These bolts take 13mm socket to remove them. Okay, now with these bolts here, you have to be careful when you take them out because they could fall into the frame. So after I loosen them, I use a needle nose plier to pull them out. That removes the mount. Okay, I got the mounts out the way. I took off the upper radiator hose and disconnected the clamps for these wires. One here, this one here, and disconnected the cooling fan connector here. Now there's this one here, looks like a 10mm, and one on this side, 10mm. Take those off. Take off these mounts here, and I should be able to get the radiator fan out. Okay, I forgot to mention there are two bolts on the radiator. One goes here. This bracket is right here. And the other one is down in between there. Right there where it's split in between there. That one's really hard to get to. I had to move this out of the way as much as I could. They gave me a little room to get my hand in there with a ratchet. Plus this moves some the radiator and cooling fan, so I was able to get that bolt out. Got the radiator removed. It took a lot of wiggling and moving around, but it came out without damaging anything. So you have to work with that to get that out. Now with these transmission cooler lines, they have these clips that you have to remove off of there. That silver piece. So what I did was I used a pick, and you get into the groove and it just pops it right out. You got to carefully just kind of roll it out, or whatever direction it is. Just roll it out so it doesn't stretch. And they say replace those, but those are kind of hard to find around here, so I'm gonna try and reuse it. And transmission hose just pops right out. Here's the radiator. Just like the coolant fan, it's a in this GM, it's really a tight spot, so you have to wiggle it. Some might have to remove the battery just to get a little extra room to get it out of there. But that's how I got the radiator out. Next thing to do is the install. But on this one, I'm going to replace the thermostat, which is in this housing right here. And it takes two 10 millimeter. There's two bolts that take a 10 millimeter socket. I'm going to remove those and remove the thermostat. Okay, and there's the thermostat. See if I can get on camera. There it goes. Okay, this is the new thermostat. Just going to put this in place. In there. And there's a bleeder screw in the housing. I'm going to loosen this up so I can bleed the cooling system before I put this housing back on there. This is the replacement radiator. It's the owner said since it's an old car, he didn't mind getting one from the salvage yard, so that's what they gave us. I'm gonna put that, try and slide that into position. Probably have to work it around, but next I'm gonna install this radiator. Okay, putting it in wasn't as hard as getting it out. So next I got the retaining clips for the transmission cooler lines already in position, installed. Right here, a little clip there. So I'm going to take the bottom hose, and it should snap right in position. Pulling on it, making sure it's in there. Put the little cap on it. Okay, next is to install the cooling fan. Okay, I installed the lower radiator hose down there, that silver hose clamp. This is the hose here, down there. Got the cooling fan installed and mounted the two bolts. One here, can't really see it, you have to kind of feel for it. The other one is here. My finger's pointing at it. So now I'm going to install the other cooling line. It just snaps in. Install the cooling fan connector. To the fan. Let's see. Next is to install the these mounts for the radiator. There's just two of them. Here's one out here, folded in right there. Same thing for the other side. The bolts take a 10mm socket. And that's the radiator mounted and installed. I installed the reservoir coolant hose, the radiator mounts, off sides, the upper radiator hose. So now what's left is just put the engine mounts in and bleed the cooling, add the antifreeze and bleed the cooling system.